YouTube, many of you have asked what the crap happened to Heir of Reach. Why did he disappear? He didn't disappear, and he's not KIA. Remember that Spartans are only missing in action, folks. They can't be killed, or at least so the propaganda would have us believe. No, so why did I shut down the Heir of Reach channel? Well, a couple different reasons. Heir of Reach channel was never monetized, but it had a lot of Halo content in it, and I'd even used some clips of music that it's definitely copyrighted because it was some Halo music and stuff like that. Now, was it something big time wrong? No. I just didn't want to have to deal with a bunch of claims. And so back when YouTube was basically sending out all the threatening emails letting us know what kind of beatdown to expect when they rolled out their new content matching system, I was like, you know what, I don't even want to fool with it, so I just deleted the Heir of Reach channel, which made me kind of mad, and YouTube was pretty bad about cracking down on stuff. However, Microsoft seems to be pretty friendly about letting people use their stuff. Obviously, they won't grant you the rights to just use the music because it's composed by someone else, but they let you make clips of the game, and typically speaking, that's not going to be any problem. Like, it's in their terms of use. I mean, they allow you to make clips off of it, stuff like that, again, as long as you're not abusing that. Which the use of it that I would have wouldn't be. So here you are seeing Halo Spartan Strike, which is a top-down shooter. It is actually a sequel to Halo Spartan Assault, which is also quite fun. So it's definitely, you know, if you got $6 and you have Windows and you can go in the store and buy it, and you like Halo, you certainly have nothing to do wrong. And even if you don't like Halo, you'd probably like this. It's pretty fun. You can play it with a mouse and keyboard. You can play it with an Xbox One controller. Like if you just get the little cord, plug in your Xbox One controller to the to Windows. You can use an Xbox 360 controller as well, I believe. The wireless controllers, I don't think they have something, not for the Xbox One controller yet, where you can connect it wirelessly with the PC, but if they don't, they will soon. But like I said, just use the little cord, plug it in, voila, works. Or you can use touchscreen too, which I used to do that on my laptop before it died. A lot of fun to play on touchscreen. So it's a great one. No, I'm not being paid by Microsoft to sell this, but I'm just saying, again, $6. Game's a crap load of fun. You just shoot your way through it like you're seeing me do here. The controls are pretty simple. It uses dual sticks still. One stick moves you, the other one aims. Kind of like in the game, it's just that you're not aiming in 3 dimensions. It's just top down. The controls are very similar to a Halo game. You can see that beatdown's still a part of it, grenades, armor abilities, all that fun stuff. There's a lot of good stuff in the game. Anyway, enough about this. What am I doing? Why now? Why back? Why this game? Well, this game's not really the reason why I came to you today. I just figured it'd be a nice backdrop for the discussion that I wanted to have, which is around Halo Wars 2. And then also we'll talk a little bit about Halo 5. Now, I'm no expert on either of these. There's a lot of big-time channels out there like Halo Follower and many others who really do true justice to the news of Halo. And I'm not that person. I'm not wanting to be that person. I'm a casual Halo player. I enjoy it. I'm a casual game player in general. And that's kind of what my personality's been in here. So no, it's not going to be something like crazy first peek, all that kind of stuff. No, I don't have any of that. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on Halo Wars 2. Which all I know is from the teaser trailer, which is pretty exciting. We see an angry brute in the teaser trailer. We don't know exactly who he is, but at least I don't. But in any case, the most exciting piece about Halo Wars 2 for me personally is I've been doing Total War games on YouTube since 2009, I think. So in terms of YouTube, I guess I'm fairly old. The Prince of Macedon's still the godfather of Total War as far as I'm concerned on YouTube. Anyway, I've been on here a little while doing Total War. I did a few Halo videos, and those were like my two game worlds that I love. I loved Halo, I loved Total War. The two are very different from each other. One is a history-based real-time, history-based 3D battle real-time strategy, all that kind of stuff, with a campaign map, turn-based campaign. Halo, of course, is a first-person shooter that's based in a fictional universe in the future where humanity fights off an evil race of aliens known as the Covenant. So two very different worlds, and the two of them are colliding. And you're like, what? Total War's not colliding with Halo? Well, not exactly, not directly. Halo Wars 2, though, is being developed by the Creative Assembly. Now, most of you have heard this. If you haven't, then, well, you heard it here. Yes, the Creative Assembly has been tapped by 343 Industries to develop Halo Wars 2. This means, like, my two favorite games come together developer-wise. So you got 343 and Creative Assembly coming together. Now that's exciting for me because I may be able to get you sneak peeks and stuff like that at Halo Wars 2 because the Creative Assembly knows me and is familiar with my videos. I hope I can. I'm speaking very early. They have not promised anything, and I can't promise you anything. But I'm hoping that maybe as the development comes through, I can potentially get onto some events. I'll work with Creative Assembly to try and get invited, and I'll bring you news of it. So what is Halo Wars? I don't have any footage of it here, and I'm going to give Xbox a little bit of a verbal beatdown. Whenever the Xbox One came out, you could not go backwards compatible with the Xbox 360, and I was pretty mad about it. And they released the Master Chief Collection, which gave me a little bit of okay, I'll take the Master Chief Collection, I get it all at 1080p, 60 FPS, multiplayer, okay, I'm all good with that. Yes, it was broken, we won't get into that now, but it works now, it's a lot of fun, great. I have all my Halo games, that's pretty much all I own the Xbox for anyway, but there's a lot of people that wasn't the case. Not to mention, I didn't get to bring Halo Reach and Halo Wars 4. Well, fortunately, recently Microsoft announced that the Xbox One will go backwards compatible. I think they'll be releasing what do they call it? Emulator software that'll help you play certain games. They get released one at a time. I don't think it's like an everything's compatible all of a sudden type thing. I don't understand it fully, but that's exciting because Halo Wars and Halo Reach now can come back. Well, anyway, Halo Wars. It's a real-time strategy game that debuted on the Xbox 360. It was created by, or it was developed by Ensemble Studios, and I believe 343 Industries. I don't know if Bungie had anything to do with it. I think it was Microsoft's true first take on Halo. And to be quite honest, it was pretty good. It was pretty fun. I don't play a lot of real-time strategy games like StarCraft or any of those, so the only ones I played were Age of Empires, and that's what actually kind of got me into Total War. Well, Ensemble Studios also did Age of Empires, and they had 1, 2, and 3, and Age of Mythology and all that stuff. A lot of fun on those games too. So Ensemble releases Halo Wars on the 360, and you have to use an Xbox controller to play a real-time strategy game. Now that's a little bit different for some of us, but they did a good job. The controls were simple. The game was fun. Since there was only 2 factions, the Covenants and the Humans, they made 3 different heroes that would lead each one, and so that was kind of where they each kind of gained some. Well, the Humans and the Covenant had their own diversity through their units, but then they had those leaders, and so for the Humans, you had Captain Cutter, Sergeant Forge, or it was like Dr. Crap, I'm gonna forget her name right now. There's a girl, lady, a doctor on there, and I'll think of her name eventually, probably not on this video, but you all can put it in the comments. Anyway, you could be one of the Anders, Dr. Anders, that's what it was. And you could be one of them, and they kind of gave special abilities, and for the Covenant, you could be like this, you could be the Arbiter, you could be like this brute chieftain, or you could be the Prophet.
More than enough to blow that enemy
Regret? I think Regret, maybe. You could be. Anyway, lots of fun. So essentially, you had 2 factions with 3 different leaders each. It had online multiplayer. I got to Xbox too late. There wasn't a ton of people playing Halo Wars when I finally got my Xbox 360. I did get to play a couple of online games. I was terrible, but it was fun. There was a lot of different strategies. I don't know that the game was perfect for competitive scene, but it was definitely fun. The campaign was also a ton of fun. The cinematics on Halo War were absolutely beautiful. They were kind of what set the standard in my mind for the cinematics and everything else that started to follow in Halo 4. And then, to be quite honest, the cinematics that they put into Halo, the Master Chief Collection on the Halo 2 Remastered, they were incredible. So those scenes, if you haven't seen them, they're absolutely beautiful. You have to go look for them on YouTube. So type in Halo 2 Remastered cinematics and go see what I'm talking about. They are unbelievable. Anyway, Halo Wars had those awesome cinematics in between missions, and it opened up this story about Captain Cutter and his ship, the Spirit of Fire, who were sent to help retake Harvest. Which is, all part of the Halo universe, so it kind of opens up this nice little expanded story. There were Spartans aboard the Spirit of Fire, and then there was also Marines and ODSTs. Lots of fun, so you get to use all these different units in a real-time strategy game. I am so excited for Halo Wars 2 for a couple reasons. One, it's going to come out on Xbox One, which is cool, but it's also coming out for Windows 10, and probably other Windows too. I just know that it's, Windows 10 is probably touting some of this new stuff. So Halo Wars 2 for PC and Xbox One coming up. Creative Assembly and development. What do I hope they can bring to it? Well, Creative Assembly has kind of a different take on strategy games because they're normally doing Total War, which is a 3D battle separate of a turn-based campaign. And we've already been told, Creative Assembly and others, or I don't know if it was them or 343 that announced that Halo Wars 2 is not going to be a Total War game. Because I think at first some people maybe thought, oh, it's sweet, it's gonna be Total War for Halo. Or some people were like, no, it's going to be Total War for Halo. Yeah, however which way you take that. That's not what it's going to be. We've been told that. And I think the Creative Assembly, and if I misquote something, please correct me because I'm not trying to spread misinformation, but I want to say that they said that you know, we're going to kind of start by looking at Halo Wars 1 and we'll improve from there. So we should expect Halo Wars 1 as far as kind of like that general feel. But obviously they're going to be looking to improve the game and add new features, I'm sure, and stuff like that. I think the Creative Assembly, you like me sniping that elite leader there. That's pretty cheeky. I like that. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I think Creative Assembly has the potential to really take this game and make something great out of it. Now, I never played Alien Isolation, but I know that those who were big fans of the Alien franchise were kind of reeling after the release of several very poorly put together games. I want to say Colonial Marines was one of them. I remember Angry Joe just ripping it to pieces. And then Creative Assembly develops and releases Alien Isolation. I know Lionheart did some videos of it. If you all want to go check that out, you can check out his videos. But the game got released to very good reviews. They did a very solid job. Made a very nice game, and that's probably what's helping build the reputation. They have this Total War series that everybody loves, and it's popular and successful, and the rate at which they're being released is speeding up. They just moved into the Warhammer realm, so now there's fiction, and they also moved into Arena, so now there's kind of like the massive online battle arena. You've got Total War getting into all these genres, and Creative Assembly is getting all these genres, and I'm guessing that 343 is looking to them to add some of their success to the Halo franchise in the form of strategy, because to be quite honest, and this is going to sound like I'm a sellout for Creative Assembly, and I'm not. They are not paying me to say any of this. It's just my own personal feelings. They make great strategy games. We all know that they do stuff wrong sometimes. It's fine. I get it. But all in all, who can argue that the Total War series are probably the best strategy games out there? Now, not to say that there aren't other strategy games, or even other great strategy games, but for me, Total War takes that historical element, some realism, mixes it with like that cinematic battle, and just creates something that's absolutely unique, and only Creative Assembly has delivered that to us. And so I think that they have a unique skill set when it comes to strategy games to potentially make something great out of Halo Wars 2, and I'm extremely excited about it. I see the Creative Assembly changing the way they do stuff. A lot of us were frustrated at the release of Rome 2, and some people were frustrated with Attila as well, myself included in some respects, but I see Creative Assembly, they've got multiplayer beta out there right now, or alpha for Arena. They're putting out alphas and betas on stuff. They're bringing in the crowd to help with development. If you ask me, they're starting to change the way that they do things in order to try and I think keep up and change the way that they interact with the community and take feedback, and it's been pretty impressive. Like, you look at Total War Arena, the support coming out for it is quick. They're listening to the feedback from the community. They're making changes. They're building the game with the help of the community, and it should be pretty great. I don't know what we'll see in regards to Halo Wars 2, because 343 obviously has some say in that, whereas normally I think Creative Assembly is working with Sega to publish the Total War. So it may not be exactly the same, but what I'm saying, what I'm getting at here is that I feel like the Creative Assembly is evolving, and that this ought to be exciting. It'll be another chance to see them step outside of that Total War element, kind of like they did with Alien Isolation, and hopefully, just like with that game, hopefully they knock it out of the park. I'm excited. I think that it'll be a great game for them. We've seen some very beautiful graphics and art come from them before, so I have no doubt that the cinematics, that the graphics, and all the other stuff will be great. And then the nice thing is that it's cross-platform too. You can play it if you have an Xbox One. You can play it if you have the computer. I mean, it's pretty straightforward and it's awesome. So I'm totally stoked for it. I wish the Creative Assembly best of luck in developing it. And if any of them happen to watch this, hey, you want some guy to help show this off? I'm more than happy to show off Halo Wars 2. You got a big fan here. So, like I said, I hope it goes great. That's kind of my thoughts, so I'm very excited to see how it comes. I'm not one of those guys, again, you know, there's those big channels out there, and I'm just naming one. I know there's multiple, but like Halo Follower, for instance, he's really grown big. He'll probably have all the news. His channel will. He's got like this whole posse working for him over there. Anyway, so if you want to keep up with like constant daily Halo news, that's the place to go. But for me, I'll keep up with stuff, and I'll try and keep you up to date from time to time. But yeah, so Heir of Reach, the channel died. He's missing in action. Yeah, so where did he go? No one will ever know. Did he escape Reach?
There, Spartan.
Hard to say. But let's just say that Patchy Spartan is here now. Patchy Spartan is going to carry on the Halo legacy, so Halo videos will be back. Now there's going to be some of you like, no, Air, get your Halo crap off this channel. It's a Total War channel. It is, for the most part, a Total War channel. This is also HeirofCarthage, and HeirofCarthage likes Halo, so it's going to get mixed in here. Is it going to diminish your Total War experience? No, it won't diminish your Total War experience. I am a no-name in Halo. It's not like I'm going to all of a sudden break out and be the big channel in Halo and switch all my videos to Halo. That just won't happen. It's not going to happen. And so anyway, yeah, that's hopefully kind of help you all feel safe to know that, yeah, we're not going there. I do want to make some videos. Halo 5 is coming out this fall, and I would love to make you some Halo 5 videos. I'm very excited about Halo 5. It has got new game modes, which look good. The campaign is going to go back to kind of like 2 different characters that you play as, with Spartan Locke and the Master Chief, which is kind of reminiscent of Halo 2.
Got a Hornet en route to extract.
And they're going to have squads for you, like squad-based combat, which is going to add some new features in the campaign. Should be a lot of fun. New weapons, new maps, more story. All very exciting if you're a person who's into Halo. A lot of people feel like Halo is kind of in a trough right now, like it's not what it once was. And you know, that could easily be argued. I mean, Halo 3, I remember being in school and in marketing, I had one short marketing class, and they talked about the Halo effect. I mean, literally, Halo had a name so big from Halo 3, Splazard. I got that elite. Halo 3 was such a phenomenon when it released that they named like a marketing strategy after it. I mean, people were waiting in lines at midnight, and millions of people online on the multiplayer, putting in countless hours on Halo 3. It was kind of like the pinnacle of Halo up to that point. And the Xbox 360 really had like a real flagship AAA title there. And over time, the number of people playing Halo declined. It's because when Halo 3 came out, it was the end of a trilogy for Halo. And then Call of Duty and Battlefield and all the others start growing bigger, and Halo just kind of starts to diminish. And it never really recovered in terms of player base. Whoa, there's a splatter spree. Driving it backwards. Anyway, so yeah, it never really recovered. So what happened? Well, they released Halo Reach, and it was pretty popular. It had a pretty strong player base, but it was just never Halo 3. And Halo never really got competitive with those other AAA titles in terms of like just the sheer excitement and numbers and all that stuff. And then Halo 4 came out, and it was again popular. It was good. Had a few things wrong with it when release. 343 did a good job of fixing it. Honestly, if you go play Halo 4 multiplayer right now, I mean, it's pretty well balanced. It's very fun. But you know, it took them a little while to kind of fine tune it. Still a fun game. I don't have any major arguments with Halo 4. But people were just kind of missing that classic, and that's where Halo the Master Chief Collection came in. So Xbox One, they release all the previous Master Chief titles on the Xbox One, including Halo 4, all running at 1080p, 60 FPS. How about this driving backwards down the freeway while gunning, huh? That's right. Only Patchy Spartan, folks. So yeah, it was just incredible to have them all at once. Now, unfortunately, when the game released, there was a lot of bugs in it, and the biggest one was the multiplayer matchmaking didn't work. It just did not work, and people were absolutely furious with Microsoft, and they should be. A lot of people like me only bought an Xbox One for Halo. I would not have touched the Xbox One had Halo not been on it, just because, honestly, why else would I get an Xbox? Like, basically, I mean, there's a lot of old classic games that I love, and they're on the Wii. I like playing them there, and a lot of people are like, Air, really, Wii? PlayStation 4? Okay, yeah, well, I don't like PlayStation. I never have. But the reason why people like it is because they like playing their Batman, Arkham Asylums, and their Call of Duties, and all that other stuff. And to me, though, I mean, Xbox has all that stuff too, so I don't really know what the argument between PlayStation and Xbox is. I've just been an Xbox fan because of Halo. Otherwise, I don't know, I've never really liked the PlayStation's controller, and it seems like it's more expensive for pretty much the same thing. But it doesn't matter. I'm not here to bash on PlayStation. That's a separate discussion. But anyway, so yeah, I'm excited to get Halo back. They fixed the Master Chief Collection. You now have all the classic Halo multiplayer. The numbers are still not huge, and it's probably because Microsoft botched the launch. And plus, you've got old Halo multiplayer, which, don't get me wrong, in my opinion, is better than any current multiplayer. Now, some of you will disagree with me there, and that's fine. It's just an opinion. I'm not like sitting here arguing it like it's gospel and you have to teach your grandkids or something. But yeah, arguably it's the best multiplayer out there. For me, at least it is, still to this day. Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, Halo 2 Remastered, it's all on there. And when you go into matchmaking, it's awesome because, you know, you can just play anything right from matchmaking, and all the different game modes are there. It's fun. You can find matches on there now. For a while, the player base was completely dead. You can find matches. You can have fun on it. It's a live Xbox One if you want to get back into Halo multiplayer. It's there. It's not quite as strong as it was during the Halo 3 days for sure, but it's there and it's fun and it's playable. And kudos to 343 for fixing it. I do really regret them having released it broken. That was almost a mortal blow for the game, if not a mortal blow, and so it was a huge mistake. But still, they got it fixed, and then that leads us to Halo 5. It seems to me, and I don't know this because the game's not out, I'm just giving, again, it's an opinion, and I could be wrong. It seems to me like 343 is regaining steam. They are listening to the community. They did the Halo 5 multiplayer beta a year before launch. Plenty of time to take the feedback from it. They tell us they're still testing multiplayer. They're showing it off at shows. The campaign, hopefully they're thoroughly developing all of them. Hang on, wait for this. 3, 2, 1, fail. Anyway, so yep, they're working on it a lot, and it looks good. The new game modes, like Breakout and Warzone, holy crap, I love both of them. Breakout to me is like Halo meets American Gladiators, the old TV show. It's like in an arena, like an electronic-looking arena, no shields, one life, last team standing wins, and it goes through the rounds. It is so much fun. It's fast. It keeps you on the edge of your seat because like a single shot or a single grenade is all it takes to take you out of business. Teamwork is crucial. Because of the no shields and stuff, you can really get team shot to death instantly if you're going 1-on-2 or something like that, so it makes it very dangerous. Lots of potential for fun comebacks, unexpected, you know, moves, strategy, really fun. Breakout is going to be an awesome game mode. I enjoyed it thoroughly in the beta. And then Halo 5 is also going to bring the Warzone game mode, which combines campaign and multiplayer in a way that we really haven't seen before. Well, what do you mean here? Well, it brings AI bots into multiplayer matchmaking. So you get large teams, which I think it's like 8 versus 8 or something like that. And I got the rocket launcher out after him here. Anyway, yeah, it combines 8 versus 8 multiplayer, but then there's AI players that help guard bases and that you can kill for points, and it's all about points, and you get points by capturing places, killing enemies, killing AI. You unlock different tiers so that during the match you can get different vehicles and weapons. It kind of lets you have that fun, customizable multiplayer experience. Maybe you're the kind of person that loves blasting AI bots, but you've really never been that good at taking out other players, so maybe you kind of have your niche there in helping to take the AI bots out while the other players focus on each other. You know, it's just, there's lots of room for fun there because the points you get from killing some of the tougher AIs, that's some serious points, and it can lead your team to victory. So Warzone looks like a casual player's dream. It's going to be a lot of fun, big nasty mess, lots of stuff to shoot, lots of different stuff to do, vehicles, weapons, all the fun kind of mashed up in that mode. Looks to be very good. And then obviously they're bringing Arena into it, which is, Arena is going to be like your competitive Halo multiplayer. They've added all kinds of new stuff, which is going to be exciting. They have new Spartan abilities, so they've kind of done away with armor abilities, and every Spartan has the abilities. You can run, you can sprint, you can slide, you can hover momentarily, you can do kind of like a powered charge while you're sprinting at full speed, ground pounds, where you can kind of come from the air and smash down. It really makes your Spartan feel like the mechanized superhero, genetically enhanced superhero that they are. So I really like that. There's some people that are hesitant about this change, and I understand, because those people are hesitant because they look at Halo 3, it didn't have sprint, it didn't have all these Spartan abilities, but it was still extremely fun. And people liked it. And so there's a lot of people who feel like, well, if you do anything different than that old Halo combination, it really can't be good, because the oldest was the best. Well, I agree with you in some senses. Halo 3 was amazing, but I'm ready to see that. We have the Master Chief Collection, and you can play all that classic multiplayer. Why not try something new? So I think 343 is on the right track. I hope they are. They're going to have to make it work. I feel like they can. And based on the beta, I mean, the multiplayer beta for Halo 5 when it came out at the time was working better than the Master Chief Collection, which, again, they finally fixed. But, I mean, I have high hopes for it. Even though it was just a beta, it was fun, and it was a good time. I played as much as I could while it was out. I put a few videos of those up. You can go back and check them out if you want. Lots of fun, so it is a good year to be a Halo fan. Halo 2's on the way. You got fun games like this, like Spartan Strike and the Master Chief Collection, all this other stuff to keep you busy. There's been new Halo books. It's a good time to be a Halo fan. For that matter, it's a good time to be a Total War fan, too. There's a lot of cool stuff on the horizons. Creative Assembly has told us that they're already developing another historical title. We don't know what or when. You got Warhammer on the horizon, so we get to see what it's like to go into the first fictional Total War setting. You've got Arena coming up for the people who like the MOBA type games. I mean, just tons of different stuff, exciting times. Hope y'all enjoyed this. HeirofCarthage signing off for, or sorry, Patchy Spartan signing off for now. I will bring you some more Halo update in the future. See you later.